My name is Eliza Gray. I am 18 years old, and I sleep beneath the stairs of a house where no one speaks my name out loud. This is my story, one no one ever asked to hear, but I'm telling it anyway. I wake before the bell, not from habit, not from duty, from cold. It crawls through the stone floor and up through the straw mattress into the thin bones of my back. I've learned not to shiver. That gives the body ideas it's not allowed to have. Warmth, comfort, number. That's not for girls like me. The air is still. You can hear everything this early. The creak of the beams, the soft groan of pipes. Somewhere above, the gentle shift of a lady turning in her bed. Sheets I washed, folded, and laid out the day before. I sit up slowly. Every joint protests. My fingers are already swollen from yesterday's soap water, but I bend them, force them to move. No one comes to wake you in this house. That part is yours. The bell won't ring for another 15 minutes, but if the kitchen fire isn't going when cook walks in, well, I've seen what happens to girls who don't move fast enough. I dress in the dark, no mirror, no light, just hands that know the path, apron, cap, boots that haven't fit right in months. Then I open the door beneath the stairs and step out into the stone hallway. My breath fogs. It's colder out here. The scullery is silent except for the soft scratching of mice behind the walls. I light the match on the third try. The flame is a little victory, like a secret you keep in your chest. Then the work begins. Coal into the stove, water hauled from the pump, fire set and burning before 5, and all of it invisible. That's the point. We are the hands behind the curtain, the breath that makes the house come alive, but is never heard. I scrub the front hall on my knees. I always start with the corners. Mr. Wren inspects those first. I know better now. The first week I didn't. I still hear his voice when I close my eyes. At 6, cook storms in, and the real noise begins. Trays to carry, boots to polish, orders to follow. The house wakes and we disappear. At 8, I pause just long enough to feel the heat of the kitchen fire on my cheeks. It's the only warmth I'll get today. Then the laundry bell rings. Again. And the day begins all over. I don't remember setting the laundry basket down, only that I was already halfway up the servants' stair before my body caught up to the weight of it. That's what the job does to you. Turns motion into instinct. You lift. You carry. You climb, without thinking, without stopping. The bells never stop ringing, and neither do we. At the top of the stairs, the air shifts, warmer, perfumed, a faint trace of coal smoke and rose water, like the rooms themselves are breathing slower than the rest of the house. I slow my pace. Not out of luxury, out of necessity. One wrong footstep here and everything breaks. Lady Whitmore's door is ajar. That's rare. She's particular about doors, and dust, and noise, and girls who linger. But the door is open just an inch, and I let my eyes wander, only for a second. A flash of blue velvet on her chaise, the corner of a porcelain wash basin, the soft outline of a corset laid across the chair like it was too tired to make it to the wardrobe. I tell myself not to look, but I do. We all do. I tuck my chin, move on. Up here, it's not just footsteps you have to watch. It's your thoughts. I fold the linens into the cupboard with quiet hands. No rustling, no fuss. Everything in its place. Then I pause by the window on the landing, just for a breath, just for me. From here you can see the gardens, trimmed hedges, bright green lawn, morning light catching on the glass of the conservatory. I pretend sometimes that I'm someone else, a girl with a mother in the drawing room and a father with a newspaper, a girl who wears gloves and is told she's clever. But then I hear it, not a bell this time, a voice, sharp and familiar. Eliza! It's Cook. I close the cupboard. I step away from the window, and the moment, that tiny flicker of something softer disappears, because the upstairs world isn't mine. It never was. And downstairs, there's always something waiting. The moment I step off the landing, the cold returns, not just in the air, in the way people speak down here. Clipped, fast, as if softness might slow the work. By the time I reach the pantry, Cook is already red in the face. She doesn't shout, not yet, but her eyes are looking for something to land on. I give her what she needs. Mind the floor, she snaps, pointing to the spilled vinegar soaking into the flagstone. And wipe it proper, or the master will smell it. I nod. I kneel. I scrub. The rag stings my fingers, still raw from the scullery. I try not to think about the warmth of the upstairs window, the light on the garden path. That world is gone now, tucked behind polished doors and velvet drapes. This one is real. Down here we move like ghosts, visible only in the aftermath of what we clean, carry, or fix. The house breathes through us, but never for us. By midday my back aches in the way it always does, a deep, hollow ache, not sharp, not new. It's just part of me now, like my apron, like the silence I wear when I'm too tired to speak. I pass Ruth in the hallway, her arms full of firewood. She gives me a small glance, not quite a smile, but something close. We don't talk much. There's no time, but when we do, it's always in whispers, and never when anyone else is listening. We used to dream out loud the first year. Places we'd go, lives we'd live. I don't remember the last time we did that. Maybe dreaming is a luxury too. Back in the scullery, I catch my reflection in the soot-blackened glass above the basin. It stops me, not because I look pretty, I don't, but because I look like someone else. Someone older, someone worn, someone who no longer expects to be seen. I lean closer, wipe the glass with my sleeve, look again. Still me. Eliza. Mr. Wren's voice cuts down the hall like a knife. The master's shoes. I answer before he can call again. Yes, sir. I know where they are. I know how he likes them. Polished to a mirror, soles scrubbed clean, laces tight but not stiff. Every servant has a task that marks them. This is mine. I lift the shoes from the mat, and hold them like they matter. Because in this house they do. The shoes are polished by candlelight. I sit on the back step, hunched over them with the brush moving in small, practiced strokes. My arms ache, my knees burn, but I take my time. I always do, because this is the last job of the day that belongs only to me. The sounds of the house begin to shift. Plates stacked, bells silenced, doors locked. Upstairs the family settles into their silk and feather pillows. Down here we close the night, with ash under our fingernails and sore feet. I finish the shoes and place them by the study door, just where the master likes them. Left one slightly ahead of the right. He never notices. But if I ever got it wrong, he would. Back in the scullery, Ruth is folding the last of the tea towels. She looks tired in the same way I feel, not just in the body, but behind the eyes. I saved you a heel of bread, she murmurs, without looking up. That's all she says. That's all she needs to say. I take it with a nod and sit on the floor, back against the cold stone wall. The bread is dry, but I eat it slowly, as if that could make it more than it is. I think about my mother. She had hands like mine, small, quick, a little rough around the edges. She used to braid my hair by firelight, said I was born with quiet in my bones. I didn't know what she meant until I came here. Now I know. The house falls quiet at last, just the ticking of the butler's hallway clock and the occasional clink of cooling pipes. I rise from the floor and move toward the cupboard beneath the stairs, my space. No wider than a coffin, but it holds my things, a comb, a candle stub, a letter I've never sent, and a scarf that still smells faintly of rosemary, though I haven't worn it in months. I lie down, pulling the blanket up to my chin. The mattress sighs under my weight. There is no fire, no comfort, but there is this. I have survived another day, and somehow that feels like something. I close my eyes, then I hear it, so soft I almost miss it. Eliza, a voice whispers. Ruth just outside the door. She never says my name. But tonight she does. And it reminds me I am still here. I am still Eliza Gray, and no matter how small the space or how quiet the life, that matters. That's enough.